Hi everyone, I'm Ana Maria Navarrete Marquez. I'm in the grade 10, now 1 of the Morning Journey, and my teacher is Nancy Leon. This project is about literature. So now I'm going to show you some types of literature. First, the comic. The comic that I did with some partners is called Power School. But now I'm going to give you my own opinion and going to teach you some parts of the comic. First, in the up part of the comic, we could see a square. In this square, usually give some information about the place or the space where the story happened. Then we could see the characters and now a speech bubble. In this case, say, "Hello everyone, my name is Hannah." Then we can see different spaces and speech bubbles. In here, the characters have a conversation, a dialogue, and in this case, we can see that there are other type of speech bubble. This type of speech bubble usually used to when the character is thinking about something, and you could see the little square in the up part that say that they are in a casino in this case. Again, we see the speech bubble when someone is thinking something. In here say, "Why do they talk about fun?" And then say, "Hannah looks a little scared." And this is a new type of speech bubble. Is to make exclamation or when someone is screaming, for example, power, and will I have powers? Have interrogate an exclamation. Then the story continue. So my opinion about the comic is of a fantastic genre. It was fun to create comics to show the clothes of the characters. We try to include different speech bubbles. Also, the story has a bit of mystery, generating questions such as what are Hannah powers, what are the powers of the other girls, how will Hannah find her powers. Now we're going to see the fable. In this case, I choose a fable about the fox and the grapes. A fox one day spied a beautiful bunch of ripe grapes hanging from a vine trained along the branches of a tree. The grapes seemed ready to burst with juice, and the fox's mouth watered as he gazed longingly at them. The branch hung from a high branch, and the fox had to jump for it. The first time he jumped, he missed it by a long way. So he walked off a short distance and took a running leap at it, only to fall short once more. Again and again he tried, but in vain. Now he sat down and looked at the grapes in disgust. "What a fool I am," he said. "Here I am wearing myself out to get a bunch of sour grapes that are not worth gagging for." And off he walked very, very scornfully. Usually the fables have a moral. This is the intention of this type of literature. So the moral of this fable is there are many who pretend to despise and betide that which is beyond their reach. Now the tale. In this case I chose a tale about a traditional traditional in Christmas that there is the snowman. It was nearly Christmas. Katie woke up and found that the world was white and magical. Snow, she shouted. Snow for Christmas. He ran outside and danced in the snow. Her brother Eddie came out too. They made a big round snowball and a small one. They put them together and made a huge snowman. On Christmas Eve, they looked at the snowman. He waved at them. He was alive. Hello, he said. It's Christmas. Would you like a present? Yes, please. The snowman waved his arms. Silver crystal snowflakes filled the sky. It was so beautiful. We must give you present too, said Katie. They gave, they gave the snowman a carrot for a nose, a scarf for his neck, and a hat for his head. Happy Christmas, they said. The snow stopped and the sun came out. The snowman started to melt. Goodbye, he said. Put me again the next year. In this case, the tale tried to explain the creation of the snowman in Christmas. The tale is a short story, usually about fantastic or not things. Now the biography. I did the biography about my sister, María Paula Navarrete Márquez. She is María Paula Navarrete Márquez. She is Colombian. She was born in February 8th of she was born on February 8th of 2001 in Bogota. She is 19 years old. She is small and thin. She has purple and curly hair. She studied in kids' schools, Carrusel de Niños Felices. Then when she have 5 years old, inside at the school Villa Mar el Carmen. In here, she finished her basic education. She always has been an excellent student. Actually, she studied in Unipaus University. She's happy and kind person. She's a happy and kind person. Maria Paula likes to travel and walk with company. Her hobbies are read and cook. She is very well in English and in the art activities. Maria Paula is creative and intelligent. The people say that she has beautiful feelings. She doesn't like be sedentary person. She doesn't like the candy food, but she loves the salt food. She has family composed by my mother, Sandra Patricia Márquez Sosa, her father, José Enrique Navarrete Pulido, and her sister, Ana María Navarrete Márquez. María Paula actually studies and lives with her family. In the biography, I try to give some specific information about the person. So in this case, when she born, the thing that she like and dislike. Autobiography. Ana María Navarrete Márquez. My name is Ana María Navarrete Márquez. I was born in Bogota on July 11 of 24. Actually, I have 16 years old. Since children, I have asthma, because the hospital Daniel Restrepo, where I was born, was contaminated by a bacteria, and only 2 babies survived. Fortunately, I could control the illness. For this reason, I inside at the school a little late. I have a small family composed by my mother, Sandra Patricia Márquez Sosa, my father, José Enrique Navarrete Pulido, and my sister, María Paula Navarrete Márquez. My first school was Carrusel de Niños Felices. Then, in my primary education, were the schools Divino Niño and Villa Mar el Carmen. The latest is where I'm studying actually 10th grade of secondary. I'm playful and disciplined since I was a little girl. I have black and wavy hair. I'm small and the people say that I'm very cute, but I don't believe them. My eyes are very dark and small. I like the photograph and the art. I like to acquire new knowledge as about psychology. I don't like the vegetables and the sport. In the future, I want to be a good professional to travel around the world and take care of my family. So, other type of literature is the myth. This myth I invent that is about why the sun um, disappear at 5 p.m. The rope that hits the sun. At the beginning of the world's creation, there was a town that lived from agriculture, so that they woke up very early to start showing, so their crops would receive the sun's rays as much time as possible. All the hour, all the hours in which the sun was 20 hours, and only 4 hours there was complete darkness. One day, the head son of the farming community was pressing the crops when he found a buried hourglass. But this ran very slow, so the boy steered it and the sand under a little faster. It seemed a very beautiful object and he kept it. The next day, people started the works routine as usual, but they realized that the sun didn't turn off until 2 hours later. This was the use power of the hourglass, and they had son decide to use it as a tool to make his work progress. 1 month after, the god of time realized realized this problem and decided to go down to earth to punish the responsible person. The god of time called the boy half time away from time with sunlight, and forcing the son of the farmer to be who held the sun since the beginning of the day, so until 5 p.m., and if he didn't comply with this punishment daily, nobody would ever see the sun again. The myths usually are about fantastic and try to explain the creation about things, for example, in this case, the nature. Now, a legend. This legend is about the mother of water. Its legend is Colombian. So, they saw that in the Colombian rivers and springs, the ghost of a beautiful woman appears, known as the mother of the Rio. They saw that his hair is golden, his skin white, and his eyes green and big. By day, in view of the sun, its power is spiritual and healing. At night, his face reflects the fantasy. It attracts and seduces young people who, in eye contact, fall into a state of hypnosis and madness. Some more fall into the deeps of a spring and are never seen again. To get out of the spell, the surviving youth must pray, accompanied by the adults. It's also said that the mother of water walks through the crystalline lakes, mounted on dolphins, fish, and crocodiles. Um, this legend um, is Colombian, and that I know about the legends is that um, tell stories of towns, cities, um, legends or stories typical of a region. In this case, about a woman um, of the Rio. Now we're going to see the discontinuous or non-linear text. The discontinuous or non-linear text, they are the um, the graphics, the diagram. I'm sorry, I forgot it. But basically are the graphics. So this is one type of non-linear text, the calligram. Here I tried to make the form of the aircraft, and I add some words trying to form the object. This is a bar chart about the COVID-19 in Bogota in the month on May. The bar chart gives specific information, but it's not necessary to use text for this case. Um, there are colors to identify the different aspects and items. In the nonlinear text or discontinuous, there are two photos to explain the information. In this case, we were talking about COVID-19, and I used some pictures to show the symptoms and the cares. Here is a explication about the discontinuous text, but in Spanish, and there are some examples. There are graphics and definitions. Now, imperatives. The imperative used to give orders or to say someone who needs to do. I did an example with quarantine cares. So, the things that you need to do to care and you don't need to do to care. So, the imperatives have a exclamation. I'm going to give some examples. 1. Wear gloves. Keep a prudent distance between two people or more. And now, in negative form, it's let's not get out if isn't necessary. The imperatives use let's or don't in negative form, and in positive form use let's or only positive form. Example with let's is let's to use mask or let's to eat nutritive food. So that's all. I hope that you like this explain, and sorry for the mistakes.